am president of Boys Booster Club, so I've been trying to meet many of you as you came in this evening. Hope to make it around to all the tables tonight at some point. I had the pleasure of announcing both the JV and varsity group, so I've gotten to know a lot about all the boys, specifically on the field, but some off the field as well. Great grit and determination. It didn't matter what the score ever said all season, JV or varsity. You guys were playing hard and going to work. So it's a real special group, great things to come. Parents should be very proud of this group. It's a great group of boys. A lot of leadership from the older, our senior group that passed down to, we had a young varsity team, juniors, sophomores, freshmen. Okay, and I hope as the JV boys move up as well, that leadership continues from past classes of the Beville teams. So with that being said, we're going to start to eat, and then we're going to start the presentations after dinner. So we'll start with varsity table. This first varsity table, go ahead on the line. All right. We also have the back. You guys can go to the back.
Lacrosse coach. We're going to have the JV come up. We're going to have Coach Solomon come up and talk about the JV team. We want to say the JV is very proud of your season. I think ultimately, you guys want to win, but ultimately it's about progressing. And I think the JV team throughout the year got better and better. And it was a fun way to go out. And I saw you guys do a great job against CNS. You guys did an awesome job. But before we get the JVs going, first I want to thank the many people who helped make this season special. The coaches know, I know the varsity players know now, and the JV players, if you don't know, you will. You have the greatest support system probably in the state. I know a lot of teams, upstate, downstate, on the island, a lot of those coaches. I am telling you, not many teams get the support, if any, that you do. Whether it's tournaments, whether it's gear, whether it's anything. The list goes on. You don't know how special they have it. So I just want to thank everybody, and I'm going to do some thank yous, but just give a round of applause for all the parents at every level. I want to thank the Lakeside Fire Department for hosting us. This is incredible. I think, don't tell my mom this. My mom works at Pasta. I got to say, this is a great place to host an event. And Frank found it through football. And I think it's incredible. I hope we come back here. I think they do a phenomenal job. So thank you very much. To put this banquet together, you need people, and I'm sorry, but I know Frank and Jed, and I'm sure Frank will mention who else had this and put this banquet together, but this is awesome. Give them a round of applause as well. We talk about, you don't say team, you don't say program, you say lacrosse community. We have the best lacrosse community. All right, it's tons of businesses. You see it when you come through McGuire. There's a sign there that says, "All right, home of the champions," and it's just lacrosse. We know what certain people do. Give a huge round of applause for Sales Pizzeria. We cannot do it without them. You're so much better. Also, Pizza Man, I can't forget my good friends Adelia's Pizza out, and all the other businesses who helped out. Our school coaches, our modified coaches aren't here. It is very difficult to coach a modified team. I coach modified basketball. You got some players who know the game, some players who kind of know the game, more athletic, or very raw, and it's trying to get everybody on the same page. It's very difficult. You got the A quarters, the B quarters, and parents who are yelling in the stands, that's going to stop because it's a very difficult level to coach. They do a great job. I mentioned our JV coaches, Coach Solomon, Coach Malecki. Again, I thought the improvement throughout the year was there. We had a lot of ninth graders on that team. Thought they did an awesome job, so give them a round of applause. I think when you start with you coaches, you got to start with the guy who's been here with me since the start. Coach the youth levels and Chad Lynch. Coaches like Bob Doherty, Kevin Brady, Rick Iano, and all the other youth coaches. Starts from the bottom, builds all the way up. I want to give those guys a round of applause. To all the parents who helped out this season, game announcer, I'm just going to keep going. You can hold your applause to the end. Game announcer was Frank Garcia. We know him on the mic for JV and varsity. Scorebook and clock was Chad Lynch and Matt Sutton for varsity. Rebecca and Carl DeCesar for JV. Scores and stats keepers. Thank you to Bob Doherty. I also saw Paul Lyman helping out and Bob Levy as well. JV, I heard from Coach Solomon, it was majority of Kate Cliff and Joel Fiorini. Also, Kevin Brady helping out a lot with the penalty clock. Videographer, and we are very picky about that. We watch a lot of film, and it is not easy to get the angles, and I thought that for varsity, give Deb Gregoire a round of applause. I'd like to give Taylor Price and Bob Whitney for JV. Awesome job, too. Photographers, Colleen Nielsen, John Stera. I always called her by her Mrs. Rutella. I have kids in my kids, that's what I called her. And we can't forget my man standing out there, Madman. I know you guys are #1, so thanks, Matt, for everything. The big raffle. A lot of the fundraising, I know a lot of parents did it, but I think Matt did a great job heading that, so thank you, Matt. I started checking the Instagram page. My wife made me an Instagram account. It's phenomenal if you ever see it. If you ever see the Twitter, I think Audra Nicolucci does a great job with social media, so give her a round of applause. Carol Levy, Mitzi and Rob Kinsella. I'm sorry for forgetting everybody else, but thank you for the team pictures. They came out awesome. Team Apparel, she's been with me for a while. She does a great job dealing with some of those guys. It takes some time getting gear in. Give Wendy a round of applause as well. Program's a big thing for us, and I think it's important to thank this person because I know Eric Stevenson was doing it for a while, and I think Missy Kinsella did a phenomenal job with the program, so thank you. All right, big thanks to the Booster Club president. You know, very lucky because I've had the best Booster Club presidents. All right, you need a phenomenal Booster Club, or you need a phenomenal president leading the Booster Club. And I think Frank puts his heart and soul into it, and I want to thank him very much for everything, and I mean that. Thank you. He's only as good as his woman on his side. Big thanks to Vice President Jen Garcia for all her help as well. Secretary Jen Marinelli, I'm going to talk about you, but I want to thank you very much, you and Mrs. Nicolucci, for everything. She's the secretary, she did a phenomenal job. Our treasurer, Dave Dixon, Hasn't skipped a beat since Andy Quinn left. Fundraising, we talked about that. Tournament coordinator, Chad gets everything going with the tournaments, Chad Lynch. And also a huge thank you. All those emails, I drive her nuts. I gotta drive her nuts. She says I don't, but I have to drive her nuts. With every single email about tournaments, sometimes I'm late to get back here during the season. She really helps out a lot with all the registrations. Give Sarah Lyman a round of applause. Love Master, Drew Mahaffey, you're not going anywhere because I got two more of your boys coming up the ranks. Concessions, Erica Dory and Angela Sutton also did a phenomenal job this year as well. I think two special parents, you know, you see this over the years, just dedicate so much time and so much passion into a program. And it's what I respect about these parents so much, it's never about them or how good their son is doing, and their sons are really good players. It's not about that, it's about the program and the players at every single level, not just the varsity level. And I think we need to give a huge round of applause, maybe even a standing ovation. They will be leaving us this year, they will be missed, but once will be, always will be. Thank you to Jen Marinelli and Alder Nicolucci. Thank you for that. Sorry to embarrass you. I think that was the first standing ovation I ever told you to do. Look, your team's only as good, you know, you're going to have success when you're only as good as your assistants. Your assistant coaches don't get the credit they deserve. All right? We've won championships. We've won sectional, regional, state championships. But it's more importantly how these guys have developed as the young men. They're tough. They get on you. They push you for a reason because they care about you. I couldn't do without them, especially the two right here, and Andy Lamb and Dylan Borkowski. Thank you very much for everything. I didn't see Keegan, lost Spencer Worth on it, but I grabbed someone just as good, and Keegan Lynch did a phenomenal job coming back from Fairfield. We were talking the whole year, going through film. He was coaching the whole year. People didn't even know that. He's going to come with us in the summer, and he's going to come back next season as well. So I want to thank Keith for everything he's done as well. Players, when you get home, do one thing. One thing. Thank your family. All right? I'm sorry. I'm going to stick with it. I think the lamest cheer of all time is family on three. I know a certain team does it. I don't like them. But I just don't like the family cheer because your family is your family. And they're going to be there when coaches might not be able to be there, players might not be there, your family will always be there, the good times and bad. And my wife obviously could be here, she's my 1-year-old. I want to thank my family and my wife as well for giving up so much time for me to coach. But after all those thank yous, I'm sorry if it was too long, I want to finally bring up our JV head coach, Tim Solomon.
All right, I'm going to do a quick wrap-up and get you on your way, okay? Coach Wilcox thanked most of everybody I need to thank. If there's any exceptions, I'm going to add in one or two, okay? First of all, coaches. Matt Wilcox, Amy Lamb, Dylan Borkowski, Tim Solomon, and Mike Malecki. All right, in about 3rd or 4th grade, I asked Dylan Borkowski to try to change my son Dylan into a man. And he's working on it. Now look how nice he's dressed. Stand up. This is the work of Dylan Borkowski. On behalf of the boosters and parents, we want to thank our coaches for all you do for our boys. If the game preparation and practice on the field wasn't enough, we know how instrumental you guys are in turning these boys into young men. and we are forever thankful to all of you. So we have a little something for you, for all 5. Just a little token of our appreciation. Okay, next up, we have 2 retiring board members. First up, Jen Marinelli. She's the board secretary. She's a teen mom. She's the Vanderbilt of raffle drawings. Senior trip coordinator, member of Team Peacock, and second mom to so many of our boys. Her greatest accomplishment, though, is keeping her husband Frank and her father Lenny in check when we do these go-away, hotel tournaments, all right? So she keeps them in check, which is great. Jen, you're going to be missed. Incredible ride. I happen to know the Marinelli since Pop Warner days, so 10 plus years, and there is not a finer family in Baldwinsville or anywhere we know. So Jen Marinelli, can you come up? Thank you so much for everything you've done. Also retiring for a little bit, she's got another one coming up, Angela Sutton. When I think of Angela, I think of food. I don't always think of food, but when I think of Angela, I think of food. When she was not running and whipping up those beef Wellington specials in the concession stand, she was baking for our boys and providing an after-game treat. Our boys are going to miss her. Forget that, I'm going to miss her. I love those damn chocolate balls. She delivered again tonight. Unbelievable. She's going to be missed. Thank you so much, Angela, for everything you do. Photographers. Matt has already thanked our photographers, Colleen Wilson and Kelly McCalla. They capture so many of our boys' moments on the field during the year. JV games, varsity games, it's really incredible, giving of their time. It doesn't matter if it's cold or rainy or hot and sunny, they're on the field snapping photos. Thank you, Colleen and Kelly, for all you do. Thank you so much. Come up as well. Special coordinators, Audra Nicolucci and Tara Levy. Audra, it's a full-time job just planning the varsity spring trip. If that wasn't enough, Audra also serves as varsity team parent and our social media coordinator. Audra was so busy this year, her husband, Chris Nicolucci, was just telling me how much he missed his beautiful wife and he's happy to have her back. Thank you, Audra, for all you have done. And I'm also, before you come up, Tara Levy. Tara is what every booster club needs, someone that pitches in tirelessly whenever there is a need. Whether it be team photos, program development, videotaping our games, or changing the oil in Chris Campolita's golf cart, she just doesn't say no to anything she's asked to do. And most importantly, she does it with a smile on her face and always love in her heart. Thank you so much to Tara and to Audra. blowing in sideways. Matt's videoing, he's got the umbrella. The umbrella starts rolling down the field. He's filming, running after the umbrella. I mean, the work ethic of a champion. The work ethic of a champion. Now we have a little something from our Boosters Club. All right, there's really no correct position, but we made it. Spirit coordinator, Luke Locke. Also known as Big Saxon. He's a Lacrosse program's #1 fan, folks. He paints himself red so often, I hardly recognize him when he's normal. Thank you, Luke, for everything you do. Football, lacrosse, he's out there. So I think Matt covered that on a lot of this, but I wanted to thank our coordinators, countless hours for the love of our program. Wendy Iano, apparel and merchandise. Sarah Tyner, webmaster, communications. Chad Lynch, tournament coordinator. Matt Nedwick, fundraising. Not an easy gig. Angela's son, Eric Doherty, and Mindy Irving on the concessions. Tara Levy and Mitzi on a dynamite program. They had to start it off from scratch this year because we lost our publisher. It was a lot of work, but they did a wonderful job. Team parents for JV, Erin Lindsay, and for, we have kind of co-parenting thing going on at varsity, Jen Marinelli, Audra Nicolucci, and Tara Levy. So thank you. I also wanted to thank my executive board for countless texts and emails to help things run smoothly all year. The beautiful Jen Garcia, our vice president, Dave Dixon, our treasurer, and Jen Marinelli, and soon to be Becky DeCesar, taking over as secretary. Lastly, game day coordinators, I think Matt got them all. There was a lot of help on the JV team. That was incredible. So on the field, Kate Clift, Kevin Merman, John Pollard, Joelle Fiorini, Donald Brooks, Aaron Lindsay, Kevin Brady, all at the scorer's table. Of course, Becky and Carl DeCesar up on the scoreboard, and Clark and Kerry Bice, when he's not killing people in the stands, he actually did a nice job with the video. So big thanks to Kevin for all those coordinators. And lastly, for varsity, Bob Doherty on the scorebook, Paul Lyman, Bob Levy at the scores table, also Kevin McGrane, Chad Lynch, Mac's son, working their magic on the clock, and Deb Gregor on the video. Just so, parents, this is just a list of what it takes to run a JV varsity, how many people participated, and that's just the game day experience. So please, as the summer hits, and as your boys pique their interest in lacrosse, we do ask that if you're interested in participating in the board itself or in any of these volunteer positions, please, send me an email. If you know Jen, send Jen an email, or anyone else you know, we'll get it. And we take a little hiatus over the summer, and then we start meeting again in September on a monthly basis, okay? So we would appreciate that. We do have, I want to make one last announcement. The last item of fundraising for this year is we have an opportunity with the Syracuse Nationals. It's a car show that's at the fairgrounds. And McGuire Chevrolet hosts that car show. Here's the deal. McGuire Chevrolet buys all these t-shirts. We don't spend $1 in t-shirts. They give our booster club the opportunity to sell the t-shirts, and everything we make, we keep. So if we sell a $20 t-shirt, that $20 goes right to boosters. We don't have to pay $10 for the t-shirt and only profit $10. Okay, every year they pick a different boosters club, so they spread their wealth. As Matt said, McGuire is a big fan of lacrosse. They're really happy to hand it to us this year. So in the past, this fundraiser, from what we talked to other people, other booster clubs, has raised anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000. $20,000 being the high end. But you can do the math, how many t-shirts you have to sell. So the only way to do it, we're at a tent, The dates are July 19th, 20th, 21st. So I know that's a busy time with travel lacrosse and vacations, but if you are around, I ask that you reach out to Jen Garcia. If you can do a morning or an afternoon, one day, multiple days. Again, the more folks we have selling the shirts, the more shirts we can sell. We're the only vendor of a t-shirt in the entire facility. We're right at the front. So folks really have to pass by and buy a t-shirt from us if they're going to do that. Jen has a sign-up sheet, so if you can see this lovely young lady and sign up if you have availability. If you need to go home, check your calendar. That's fine as well.
Sorry to steal the mic from you, but before you say goodbye and everybody runs out, Suzette would like to come up for a moment.
Since everyone is here in the room, this was unexpected, but because I have everybody in the room right now, I just wanted to thank everybody for the love and support for my family during the passing of Alexa. It was a 10-year battle, and I want to say that this community and the entire Baldwinsville community, but Lacrosse especially, has been there for my family from day one. A lot of you supported my family just with anything that we needed, and the shirts, the selling, and just the generosity, anything that we needed. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank you so much on behalf of my entire family. And Matt Wilcox had said that it's about being together, coming together on the field, but it's also coming together when people need you in their time of need for personal reasons. And you came together for my family personally, and it was just one of these things to see everybody at her calling hours and everything was just unbelievable. And I just can't thank you enough from me and my family just for everything that you did, for the love and support and generosity for me and my family. And I just can't thank you enough.
Thank you, Suzette. When Matt mentioned about being a lacrosse community, that we are. And, we're here for each other. We're here for one another. And our hope is success to all these boys, not only on the lacrosse field, but more importantly in life. And, as we come together, we give them the best experience by playing lacrosse at Baldwinsville. I think we do best and right by them. So thanks for everybody. Thanks everybody for attending. Again, Syracuse Nationals. If it's something you're interested in and can do, come see Jen. You got to go home and figure it out. Appreciate that, and just reach out to Jen to volunteer. Thank you, everybody.